Hi, my name is Akshaya. I'm a nature and animal communicator and a tarot card reader from India, and now I integrate both these modalities to help me connect better with nature and animals around me. Tarot cards are such a diverse tool to integrate in any of our spiritual practices, and it really helps us with animal communication as well. Intuitive animal communication or nature communication heavily depends upon the use of our senses to ensure that we receive and send messages to animals. In fact, our senses become the media to this communication, determining how we send and receive messages. For example, we may be visually dominant and receive messages more in terms of images and visuals. We could also be dominant with our sense of hearing, and we could hear things, sounds, words. It could be a feeling, it could be sometimes a feeling of touch as well. Sometimes it could be just intuition, and in some cases we could also smell and taste things that the animal wishes to share. So it is really important that we are aware of all our senses when it comes to intuitive animal communication. And our tarot cards can help us actually understand which is our dominant sense. Now, before I tell you how we can use our tarot cards to do so, please remember that dominant sense is the sense which we are highly probable to receive messages in. It doesn't mean that we'll only receive messages in the dominant sense. All our senses are always active. However, we do have a tendency to rely on our dominant sense. Another thing to remember is that our dominant senses can also keep changing over time. So it's not necessary that what your dominant is today will be the same, say, a few weeks, months or years down the line. So we need to be flexible, and we need to embrace whatever our dominant sense is to get the best possible information from the animal. Oftentimes we may feel like, oh, if I'm visually dominant, I will not feel, and vice versa. But don't worry, the information will not get diluted or filtered because of your dominant sense. On the contrary, if you actually pay attention to your dominant and receive the messages as they come to you, it will always only be helpful for you to receive the most authentic information from the animal. So now let's come to the part where we can use our tarot cards to actually understand our dominant senses. In this tarot card spread, I would recommend to use only the minor arcanas and not use the major arcanas. This is because we are going to focus on the 4 dominant senses rather than focusing on all the 6. So the 4 here would be sense of vision, sense of hearing, sense of feeling, our intuition or our gut feeling. So we are focusing on these 4. We are not hyper focused on the sense of smell and taste, because entire conversations cannot be had only in the sense of smell and taste. So generally speaking, our dominant will be these 4 senses: vision, hearing, feeling or intuition. Okay. So now we need to understand which card represents what. So the suit of wands is the suit of fire. So that will represent the sense of sight. Next, the cups suit will represent creativity, will represent emotions. So we will stick to intuition with the cups suit. Then the next is air. Air is related to our sense of hearing and sound. And then finally earth. Earth will be related to a sense of touch or a sense of internal feeling. So remember these 4: wands for sight, water for intuition, air for sound, and earth for touch and feeling. Now once you have clearly decided which suit means what, simply take your cards, ensure you have left out the major arcanas and only taken the minor ones. If you want to use the major arcanas, that's absolutely fine. However, if the major arcana comes up, then you'll put that card aside and draw another card until you get a minor arcana card. So that's how you'll know your dominant sense. Now take your cards, cleanse them and charge them. As you shuffle your cards, request your cards clearly to let you know what your dominant sense is. Once you've set that intention, just take out one card. and whichever suit the card represents will be your dominant sense. This is how our tarot cards can help us understand our dominant sense. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. If you do try out this technique, do mention it in the comment section below how your experience was. Until the next video, bye bye.